try that again off of mute. How we doing? Welcome everyone to another live stream. Hope you're having a great Wednesday so far. So excited to be here as always and chat about smart home stuff with all of you. We've got some things to talk about today for sure. So yes, sit down, relax, grab a beverage, and let's hang out for a little while. If you're new to these streams, we will, like I said, just talk about smart home stuff, new products, announcements, things like that. I always take questions, as many as I can. So we'll get to that here in a few minutes. And yeah, we'll just share some stuff. In the meantime, as everybody's settling in, let's say hi to some folks and see who we got here. What's going on, Frederick and Trent, Lone Star Trent, thank you guys for being here and helping out in the chat again today. Scott McNair, what's going on, Scott? George is in the house. What's going on, George? Hope you're having a good week so far. Albert is here. What's up, Albert? Miguel. Let's see. Michael, finally caught it before it started. Awesome. Glad you could be here, Michael. Actually, I was thinking, let me try. I kind of want to try moving my chat around a little bit today. I wanted to see how this would work. Let's see if I move my chat over here. It doesn't give me a lot to look at, but working with multiple screens, always trying to move things around, try out the best process for us here. Let's see. We'll see if this works for a while. I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Robert, what's going on, Robert? Frederick. Let's see. Jack's Diner from Sacramento. What's going on? And Paul is here. Glad you can make it, Paul, as well. Greg, Parker, HomeKit is here from France. All right, we got all over the world representing. James from Phoenix. William, what's going on, William? All is well. Yes, all is well over here. Getting back into the groove. I think last week was I had kind of injured my back a little bit, was struggling for a while to get, I basically had to work from my couch for like a week, but I'm finally slowly getting back into things. I don't know if I like my chat over here. I might move it back. I feel like I can see more of the chat when it's over here. I just have to look off the screen a little bit. So Hawaii's in the house. What's going on, Hawaii? Mr. H4S is here. What's going on? Healthy Perspective as well. Good to see everybody here in the chat. So how's everybody doing? We had a new video post today, which is a little outside of the normal. We didn't post one this past Sunday. I try to post every Sunday a new video, but sometimes it just doesn't happen. Things get moved around. But we did have a video post today, this morning. In case you missed it, it was for the new M3 Matter Aqara Smart Home Hub. This guy right here. Yep, full video on this. It's a bit of a lengthy video because there was just so much to talk about. I'm glad we can finally talk about it here. There's been so many questions about this. I think this has been brought up more than probably anything else in the live streams the past few weeks, as far as just questions and people curious about it. All right, we got Netherlands in the house as well. Jeff from Michigan. What's up, Jeff? Oh, you're not too late. So we had 3 tornadoes here yesterday. Oh man, I hope everybody is okay. I know some folks are experiencing some difficult weather right now, so I hope everyone is staying safe. Let's see. Jan is here. Paul got mine as soon as I saw and then watched Shane's video. All right, talking about the M3, I guess. So, yep, that is like I said, there was a lot to talk about in there. Definitely some things where I was disappointed in some things. In other things, it's an incredible product, but there were some disappointments in as far as the whole Matter thing goes. So Apple Geek, what's going on, Apple Geek? First time make it to the live stream, as I'm usually asleep. Work graveyard shift, not lazy. Well, I'm glad to know you're not lazy and you're working hard. I'm glad you can make it here and hang out today. Hopefully you're still getting enough rest because that is important. Mr. Wayne, what's going on, Mr. Wayne? Pit Goose, checking in from Philly. Love your channel. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I've been implementing a bunch of things in my budding new smart home. Very cool. Awesome. So exciting. You know, when you're starting a new smart home for whatever reason, maybe you got a new house or maybe you're just getting into it. It's always exciting. I always have a lot of fun when I get to kind of start a new project for, you know, I did one for my parents, and actually I need to go over there and add some more things to their smart home. Did one for my grandfather. My brother actually is supposed to be buying a house soon, so he's already been asking me about some suggestions. So it's fun to see these other people kind of getting into smart home stuff and, you know, giving my, you know, 2 cents and my suggestions as far as the things that I would recommend, as I have been fortunate enough to test a lot of smart home products. So thanks to the channel and thanks to you all, really. What's up from Germany? Awesome. All the way from Germany. Spent a few years living in Germany, fun fact, when I was young. Edgar's Home Tech, how you doing, man? Hope all is well. Lone Star Trent has some nice new purchases on the way. I have the M3, a new iPad, and a new Roborock vacuum and mop coming. Busy times. Yeah, we also saw an Apple event yesterday. So there was some new iPads released or announced and released. New iPad Pros, M4 chip. Pretty cool stuff. Is anybody else going to be getting a new iPad? I haven't really decided if I'm going to get a new iPad. I don't use my iPad as much as I used to. Not for anything crazy really. So I don't know. I haven't decided. The new Apple Pencil looks pretty awesome. As someone who I used to draw on my iPad every day. For years, I drew on my iPad every day. The Apple Pencil features, the new barrel roll and stuff like that looks pretty awesome. Kind of makes me want to start drawing on my iPad again. Your 2 cents is worth a million. I don't know about all that, but it's always flattering when people ask for my advice on stuff like that. So Palma Kid, I thought the M3 would be more like Homey, for example, but far from it. I believe in Aqara to improve, but I do believe in Aqara to improve this product. Yeah, I think this was very much kind of my thought. The way they marketed this thing, let me pull up just so we'll talk about the M3 for a little bit. Should have had this already pulled up. I do have links to a lot of the stuff we discussed down in the description of this video. A lot of them are affiliate links that always help support the channel. If you do want to shop through my affiliate links, that's always much appreciated. There's also, I should say too, there's a discount code for the M3. I did put it in the description of this live stream. It's also in the description of my video on the M3. So if you go watch that video after this, there's a discount code, 20% off discount code for the M3 as well over there. So this here is what we got. This is the new M3 that we are discussing. And yeah, I mean, they advertise, let me scroll down to some of the marketing here. I mean, the way they market this kind of stuff, I was kind of thinking more along the lines of like an all-in-one kind of Matter hub as well, where you could pair Thread devices to maybe other Zigbee devices that aren't Aqara. That's not the case with this, so that's where this really was a bit disappointing. And yeah, I don't know. I discussed everything in that video. Like I said, there's a lot to discuss. There's some hub migration tool or feature that's really useful because that's not something you were able to do with previous Aqara hubs, was like migrate all your child accessories over to a new hub. You can do that now, which is really nice. So I did utilize that. Does support PoE, which could be nice if you can utilize that. All in all, it's a great hub. It's a great Aqara hub. It's not a great Matter hub. That's kind of the takeaway, I guess. What's going on, Brandon? Glad you could make it. Hope you're having a good week as well. Yeah, Frederick, thank you. I see there may be some questions in here. We'll work on some questions in a minute. I do want to try a way to, I want to work on these live streams so I can kind of get questions highlighted a little bit better. That's something in a work in progress we are working on. But in the meantime, we will get to questions in a minute, so hold off on that if you can. Real quick, I did want to mention a few things to you guys. So this right here was kind of surprising. So Brilliant, the company that makes these really nice looking like smart home panels, they are basically like going out of business, which is kind of crazy. This article says smart home startup Brilliant has run out of cash, which could mean lights out for its light switches. These are very expensive smart switches. I have some notes here. Shout out to George too. George Langabeer also has a YouTube channel. He's here in the chat, or was just a second ago. So shout out to George, because this was first brought up in our member Discord server by George. That was the first time I saw it. Anyways, George is a big user of the Brilliant light switches and panels. And he had noticed some things. Basically, all of the, everything was essentially like out of stock on their website. I guess he reached out. And same thing like this article here is saying by The Verge. But they were basically closing all operations, I think George was told, and they're not planning. Oh, that's what the resellers are saying. They're ceasing all operations and not to plan any further installation. So I guess that's for the professional installers. And they are maybe laying off employees, which is not good. But yeah, like I said, it's just not good, you know? So you're not, if you are, is there anybody here that uses Brilliant? Curious. Marshall says, will they be going on sale? Will their cloud go down? Let's see. This article probably mentions that the company is maintaining its servers and existing devices are continuing to operate in customers' homes. So that's good, but I wouldn't feel too confident if I owned any of these, knowing that there, I'm sure, won't be any updates or anything like that coming to them. Of course, if it works with a HomeKit, that's always one of the good things. Well, they do work with HomeKit. That's always one of the good things about HomeKit, is that if you get something into HomeKit, source that local control. So it doesn't really matter too much with their servers. Although a product like this really relies on the servers and those integrations through Brilliant a lot more than your typical like HomeKit device. So these switches are exposed to HomeKit, but that's essentially it. It's just that switch control, you know, the function of the hardwired switches there. But all the, you know, interactions and everything that you do on this do require their cloud, I think. So yeah, crazy. I feel bad for anybody that may have bought some of those recently. It's always a possibility, I guess, and it just really emphasizes the importance of local control when you're dealing with smart home products. You know, anything that relies on a cloud or a company's servers could potentially face this kind of issue one day, you know. Bailey says, would Zigbee, Thread, and Matter devices stay operational if their manufacturer went out of business like Brilliant? Yeah, so typically Zigbee can be general Zigbee, yes, because they just require any Zigbee hub. Let's see, Thread, yes, because Thread is local as well. So, you know, just, you know, typical Thread devices, you can connect to any Thread border router. It really shouldn't matter on the brand. And again, it works locally. So they should still work as long as they're not using any kind of like weird proprietary protocols. There are some kind of walled off Zigbee protocols, versions of Zigbee, I guess, that are not generic. But anyways, I don't know. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, for the most part, you should be okay. Local control, you should be good. George says, I've been told they had 70 employees, so it really sucks that, oh, that really does suck if they are laying off that many. That's not good. Definitely a bummer. Yeah, definitely waiting on WWDC as well. I wasn't super excited about this Apple event. I'm definitely more excited about more excited for WWDC. You know, with these products like the iPad, I mean, they're just so good. I mean, how much better can they get? I mean, yeah, they get me wanting to buy a new one every time somehow still, but you know, they're just spec bumps for the most part. The software is where we really get to see some cool stuff. Hopefully with WWDC, the developer conference, hopefully we'll see some cool new stuff. And that's what was so exciting about the Vision Pro, you know, something new. I don't know. I like that. What if Aqara went under? I don't think that'll happen. Yes, there is a new pencil. That was more exciting to me than anything, probably was the new pencil, to be honest. Another thing wanted to share with you guys. So I saw on Instagram earlier, this is Flic's Instagram, the black buttons. Oh, I'm not logged in. Sorry. The black buttons are coming back on May 19th. So for you Flic users out there, you can get black buttons again soon. So they've always ran these. So I use these Flic buttons, right? So this is what they typically look like. They come with these little stickers. You can put, there's my beer, my beer button. But the limited edition black buttons are really nice. I have this kind of like matte black finish. I gotta make sure I don't push this because I think this will turn off all the lights in here. But these black buttons are coming. I think they're going to be on sale for good. So anybody who wants the black ones, or if you use these do require a hub, but really cool, and they feel really nice and they look really nice. But yeah, so I thought I'd mention that for anybody who's interested in those black buttons. I like the black ones, probably the best. And I think they'll come with the free like glow in the dark sticker pack, which will give you stickers kind of like you see on this one, but they're like glow in the dark. So that would be cool. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh yeah, I did have, where'd that article go? I think you guys mentioned the Matter update. I wanted to bring that up too. Matter 1.3. Here we go. I found it. Matter 1.3 has been announced. Okay, so this enables energy reporting for Matter devices and support for water and energy management, electrical vehicle chargers, and new major appliances. So this is nice. It does look like the people from Matter or the CSA are working hard on developments over there. So that is good to see. We got energy management, which that could be exciting. Hopefully we'll get to see, you know, the ability to like automate stuff based on that based on like energy consumption and stuff, hopefully through Matter. Electrical vehicle charging, water management, so support for leak and freeze detectors, rain sensors, and controllable water valves. That's really nice. Those are some of my favorite products to use just from...
I don't know that.
Never fails. So that's one of my favorite things to have in my smart home is like those water sensors and even my smart water shutoff valve. Because what was that? Okay, I thought that was my HomePod. That was not. That was a Lady A speaker over here. I forgot to even have that thing over here. Yeah, glad to see some water management. Just had a big leak. We'll be installing a shutoff valve. Yeah, definitely. I use the EcoNet Bulldog water shutoff valve. I've talked about it before on the channel. That's the one that I've been using. It is a Z-Wave. I have the Z-Wave version, but you could bring that, you know, into HomeKit or your smart home platform through some type of Z-Wave hub if you have one. But yeah, water damage is not cool. I installed the little Aqara water sensors all over my parents' house. That's actually what got my mom wanting to get into smart home stuff, was the water sensors, because I installed them at my grandpa's house, like a year, maybe, I guess that was probably close to 2 years ago. Put them under all the sinks and stuff like that. And he actually had a small leak and it notified him. I got a notification as well. And my mom was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool. What will it take to get me one of those?" So we did that over there at her house. And yeah, just great peace of mind to have those water sensors, always kind of looking out for leaks and stuff, because water damage is no joke. And they say it's not a matter of when, or no, sorry, they say it's not a matter of if, but when. You know what I'm trying to say. Yeah, smart vacuums was in 1.2. That is correct. Apple has still not implemented it. That is correct as well. So I did actually get my first vacuum into Apple HomeKit natively through a hub, through a bridge. So I have the SwitchBot vacuum. I did a short video. It should be posted on YouTube, I think. But I did a little short, like vertical YouTube short video where I got, it's actually back there in the corner of the room. It's the SwitchBot, little tiny SwitchBot vacuum. I got that into HomeKit natively through their SwitchBot Matter hub. And yeah, it works, but it just gives you an on-off switch and nothing else, because it's, like Frederick said, Apple hasn't really implemented it. So it just shows up as like a light switch kind of. So, it is what it is, but it is in there natively. So you can kind of use it in automations, but really looking forward to seeing what Apple does with like the interface and the features you can access within the Apple Home app. So we'll have to wait and see. And that kind of goes for all of these new devices. We get these updates to Matter, and then we have to wait for our smart home platform or ecosystem to catch up. But you can see this. I mean, we got microwave ovens that are coming, this is out now. So Matter currently supports these ovens, cooktops, extractor hoods, laundry dryers. And this goes on to say that in 1.2, they added support for washers, laundry wash machines. And now with 1.3, we've got dryers. We still don't see either one of those, obviously, in Apple Home. So that's kind of what I was saying. We have to wait until Apple Home kind of brings support for these. But Matter does now support them. So, great to see. Also, some more additions to Matter with 1.3 is scenes. So scenes are now supported. And this will allow you to basically control like multiple devices more seamlessly all together, and command batching. So kind of a similar concept there. So what do you guys think? Are you sold on Matter? I've been using a lot of Matter products. It's been kind of hit or miss with my whole Matter experience, but Oh man, Gene gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Gene. I don't have the confetti um, uh, animation here. I only have the super chat one, so I can't. Well, let's just use it. I know it was is it gonna work? Oh, there we go.
Super chat.
I know it wasn't a super chat, but Gene gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Gene, for doing that. Let's see, where is that? There it is. Gene says, have to drop for a meeting, have some memberships. Thank you so much, Gene, for doing that. We had, let's see, Miss Cali Nevada, Just Mike, Eric W, I Have the Storm, and Tony were all gifted memberships thanks to Gene. So thank you again, Gene, for doing that. You guys, if you did just get a membership gifted to you, or if you are already a channel member maybe, or want to become one, you get access to some perks, like usually early access to new videos as often as I can. So I try to do that every week, give early access to members for new videos. You also get access to our member Discord server, which you've probably heard me reference here and there in the live stream. So our member Discord server is an awesome place to kind of connect and ask questions and stuff like that with other members, people who are building smart homes. A lot of great people in there doing some awesome things with smart home. A lot of knowledge in there as well. Welcome, Vance. Thank you so much for becoming a new member and supporting the channel. That is much appreciated. Like I said, as a new member, you can get access to our member Discord server. So all you have to do is link your YouTube account in your Discord settings. If you're new to Discord, you just go to the Discord website or download the app, create a free account, and link your YouTube account, and then you can get access to our server there. We also do monthly video chats over there in the Discord server, which is always a lot of fun if you're able to make that. All right, Harold says hit that like button. Thank you, Harold. Yeah, Timothy. Yeah, I see Frederick answered you there. So the CSA does have all this available. Thank you, Frederick. Let me see if I can find that. So this is the CSA website, csa-iot.org. Would that be under resources? No, certification. I know it's on here somewhere. But yeah, there's essentially a website or a page where you can search through everything that's been certified. It's on here. If I can find it. Oh, here we go. Certified products. There we go. This is the one. So you can search right here. Oh, and check out this. I just heard about this earlier today. So this one is officially Matter certified. I think this just got officially certified. So we've talked about this switch before. I actually have one right over here. That's the Innovelli Smart Switch, supports Matter over Thread. So yeah, cool little resource right there on the CSA website. Edgar says, love those member calls. Awesome. I'm glad you guys enjoy that. Yeah, it's always fun. I love doing that. We do it on the first Wednesday of every month. Alexis, using a member. Oh, there goes that Lady A again. Sorry if I just triggered your smart speakers. Celebrates 17 months of being a channel member. Thank you so much, first of all, for the continued support there. Features you would like to see in iOS 18 in terms of HomeKit. So, yeah, good question. I'm really excited. I don't know that if this answers the question as far as like what features that I want to see, but I'm really excited to see what they're doing with AI. I don't know if that's going to translate any over to HomeKit or smart home stuff too much. I'm real hesitant when it comes to like using AI features with smart home, because once you have AI or anything predicting like automations and stuff like that, it can go bad really quick. So I'm not sure about that, but just curious in general to see what they do with AI. As far as HomeKit, I mean, the kind of the stuff I always say, I think a lot of us would probably agree. I'd like to see more control over our HomeKit hubs, giving us some control over that would be nice. I'd really love to see more features well, first of all, restrictions or like profiles of some sort. So you can like set a profile for your kid that can only access certain accessories in the home app and not be able to control the water shutoff valve, for example. I don't want my 5-year-old to be able to do that. I don't have a 5-year-old right now, but I did at one point, and my daughter's older now, but that stuff can still happen. So I don't want anything like that to happen. So yeah, give us some sort of profiles where we can kind of limit or restrict certain access or even if it's just per room, something like that would be nice. And then kind of along the same lines, I would love to see some sort of like modes, alarm modes, like a home mode, away mode, that kind of incorporates, you know, your whole smart home better than it does now. I think they could really improve that. There's like essentially nothing right there for that right now. So I think they could really improve and do something in terms of that. And then of course, you know, higher resolution for cameras. I mean, why do we still max out at 1080p on cameras? So that would be nice. Jeff, thank you. Says, when you edit your videos, you should cover up the word Lady A. When you say it, your videos, guys, I will try to say Lady A at least, or blank it out. It's one of those things where if I say it or if I blank it out, people are like, I actually get comments. They're like, why are you blanking out this word? Or if I don't, of course, I get comments that say you just triggered my device. But yeah, I will definitely take that into consideration from now on. I'll try to do better about that. The stream froze up. Okay, so sorry guys. I see some comments saying the stream froze. Now it's back. Okay, we back. Are we good now? Just for a second. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. It looks like it says I have a good connection. So an excellent connection, actually. Smart Home Solo, what's going on? How you doing today? We are good for now. Yes, for now. Hopefully we stay good for now. Let me see if there's anything else important I wanted to mention. Okay, let me mention real quick some discounts. So I try to do this again in each video, each live stream, for those of you who may be interested in discounts and saving some money. I know a lot of you are. We actually have a little sales section in our member Discord server for stuff like this. Somebody shouldn't be downloading. There's nobody home, I don't think. At least when I started this stream, there was nobody home. Oh, let's see. Are we having some more issues? The dog. Yep, it's the dog's fault. Can you guys see me? Are we good now? It looks like I am getting a connection error. We're good. Still good. Okay, so hopefully that will smooth out. We are working on it, guys. Work in progress here, always. So yeah, let's cover some things real quick that are on sale. So of course, I mentioned the M3 Hub. There's a 20% discount. You can use the code down below. The Narwal Freo vacuum. So I mentioned this last week, but this is still on sale. Really good price, $300 off. This links to this is also down below. There's also this deal from Nanoleaf is still going on. So a lot of their stuff, these really big bundles, are on sale. I use a lot of the Nanoleaf stuff. Like you can see back here, I've got them all over my studio. Yeah, so Nanoleaf stuff, they have a lot of stuff on sale still. Lutron Serena Shades, this is kind of an interesting one. Let me see, I think I have a link for them up. So they are running a sale that ends, let's see, I'll tell you the information I have. It says it ends May 31st, and this is exclusively for Caseta Hub users. So they have done this before, but if you already have a Lutron Caseta Hub, maybe you use some of the smart light switches by Lutron. If you thought about getting some of their shades, you can get up to $300 off any of their shades. To receive the discount, customers must enter the first 4 digits of their Caseta Hub serial number into the promo code field at checkout on the Serena by Lutron website. So on this website right here, and you'll receive $100 off per shade discount, valid on up to 3 shades. So you could save up to $300, which is something, you know, but honestly, as expensive as these shades are, it's still there's still a lot. So you can save up to 100 per shade. So if you were planning or thinking about some Lutron Serena shades, you can use that if you already have a Caseta hub. I love these shades, absolutely love them. They are my favorite. I'll put them up there as my favorite smart shades. But for the price that they cost, I don't think I would buy them unless, money just wasn't an issue. They are the nicest, most premium. If money wasn't an issue, I would get them. But for most of us, budget is a concern. And if that's the case, I would probably go with something like Smart Wings or maybe Eve, because you can get really good quality for like half the price. So my 2 cents there on that. Hopefully the stream is good still. I see William, thank you William, says stream is good. Smart home solo, I need a lot more money in general for projects I want to do. Yeah, I know what you mean there. And you guys, if you have a question, thank you Mike, like Mike did here, just preface your question or your comment with the word question, and I will that'll kind of stick out to me, and I will try to address everybody's questions here as we kind of work through the last half of the stream here. You can always call Lady A or Amazon Echo. Yeah, Amazon Echo, that's a good one. I should do that. Or Lady S. Yeah. See, it used to be okay because I could say Lady S. I could say that one without the hey in front of it, but now I can't do that because they dropped the hey, so it still triggers everyone's devices. Oh, good, nice, thank you. So Smart Home Solo says the Aqara Video Doorbell G4 is coming at less than 100, or coming in at less than $100, I guess, on Amazon with a coupon. So that's nice. Good to know there. That's a nice doorbell camera. Lots of features on that thing. Oh, there we go. Good to know. Did we trigger your device again, Jeff? All right, Mike says, question, what smart home device are you most satisfied with to date? Tailwind tops my list of Shane Whatley recommendations. Oh, thank you. I'm glad you like that one. Yeah, and speaking of Tailwind, I did put a discount code for the Tailwind garage door opener in the description of this live stream. I have a kind of a ongoing discount code that they were kind enough to give me so that I could provide to you guys, and I don't think there's an expiration on that. It's 10% off, and so this is, I actually had this up from earlier, so this is the Tailwind garage door opener. This is the one that I'm currently using, and Mike says he's super happy with this, as am I. This right here is what I have. This is by far the best smart garage door opener that I've used personally. I've used a few of them, and this one is the best that I've used. I'm not saying I've used them all, but out of all the ones I've used, this has been my favorite. Really solid, great product. And like I said, discount code down below. Juan says, I got my Tailwind and love it. Nice. Another person vouching for the Tailwind there. Let's see. So Ave64 Dancer says, my Q door opener worked flawlessly for 6 years. My first smart device. Yeah, that's the thing. So a lot of people got frustrated with my Q because they cut off all support, even their API support, to their products, to their MyQ garage door opener. So I know a lot of people were looking for alternatives after that, and MyQ, sorry, not MyQ, the Tailwind has just been great. You can see here, thing has tons of integrations, pretty much works with everything from Home Assistant to HomeKit, you name it. It also has the really cool vehicle sensors, which I think make that pretty unique and definitely solve an issue, especially for us HomeKit users, with automations and stuff with your garage door. So really cool product. Yeah, that's been, I've heard a lot of that since their nice little announcement. Let's see, we had some questions here. So, I guess the question was, what has been your, I didn't even really answer the question. Sorry, I went off. I do really love the Tailwind, so that's been a great product. It's hard to pick just one. I'd say most satisfied with. Really tough to pick. I guess if I had to pick something, it would have to go to Lutron Caseta. I was just talking about the Caseta bridge and their smart shades. Their stuff is just flawless. It just works really well. So the Lutron switches and even this Lutron Serena shades are just super premium. They're all very expensive, but they're really great. So it's one of those things, I guess, if you have the budget for it, you probably won't be disappointed once you get them. So yeah, I think I'd probably go with that. And aside from that, maybe just smart shades in general. I've got a lot of different smart shades. Like I said, a lot of the smart wings shades I've got now, and then I also have like some of the SwitchBot blind tilts, and it's just so satisfying to have your shades closing automatically at night and opening up in the morning. So like when I come out into the living room and stuff, my shades are already open. They open up when the sun rises. So that's just been super satisfying, and probably one of my favorite things from about having a smart home. Any news on the Aqara U200? I don't think there's any official news on that. I would say that's probably going to come next. Let's see, I'm trying to think of the products. Aqara kind of does this. We've seen over the last year or two, they kind of release a product. They announce a bunch, and then they kind of release one at a time. Every month or couple months or something like that. So I would say the U200 hopefully will be next, now that we got the M3 that they've been promising for a while. Let's see. See some questions. I'm trying to flag your questions here. Robert says, I've been lucky with the Maris garage door opener. I can't wait for it to go bad so I can buy a Tailwind. Yeah, that was kind of me too. So I did use the Maris garage door opener for a long time. It was pretty good. It did have issues every now and then where it would go unresponsive and I'd have to reset it. And then when I did finally switch it out, it did go unresponsive. So I was like, all right, perfect timing. But it was mostly good for me for a while. It was the only Maris product I think I was still using. I don't use any of the Maris products anymore. Hello from Medellin, Colombia. Awesome. Thank you for hanging out. Let's see. We got some questions up here. All right. What are your thoughts on Eufy versus Reolink PoE/Wi-Fi cameras for smart homes? So I don't think Eufy does any PoE cameras. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong. I know George is kind of the camera security expert here. I'm not sure if George is still in the chat. I don't think Eufy does any PoE. I'd say Eufy, their Wi-Fi cameras are great. From what I've seen, I haven't used them in quite a while personally, but I think they make a good product. And the Reolink stuff, I haven't used any of the Wi-Fi Reolink cameras. I use their PoE cameras. And just in general, I mean, PoE is always going to win over Wi-Fi if you have that option. So yeah, I don't know. I really like my Reolink PoE cameras. I think the quality for the price you get with Reolink, you really can't beat it. Just great quality, and they, PoE is just going to work good. They're wired, so you don't have to rely on your Wi-Fi and everything like that. But if you can't wire them, then if I had to go with a Wi-Fi camera, and actually I did for a while before I ran wires. Excuse me. I would probably go with Eufy if I had to have wireless. I'm trying to think of another one. Problem is all their newer ones don't support HomeKit, which is, that's kind of a bummer there. So I don't know. Everyday Jay, George says PoE all the way. Yeah, if you have the option, PoE versus Wi-Fi, PoE all day long, for sure. If that's the question, definitely PoE. Whoop, lost my chat there. Sorry. Everyday Jay. So no, so what they did is they cut off all third-party access to the MyQ devices. So I think if you don't already have it in HomeKit, I don't think you'll be able to get it into HomeKit. So they're trying to basically force you into using their app and only their app, which of course, there's some kind of subscription service that they want to get you to tie into and everything. So that's the situation with MyQ right now, and why so many people are upset. They even cut off access to their API, so like Home Assistant users and stuff couldn't even utilize their MyQ garage door openers anymore. Greg says, I have Wi-Fi Reolink that works well for me and has incredible color night vision. Oh, nice. Thank you for sharing. I would assume their Wi-Fi cameras are good too. I just personally haven't used them. I use all their PoE stuff. All right. William has a question. William says, what advice would you give someone that would like to start their own smart home YouTube channel? Oh, cool. So William, I would just say, the typical stuff. Be yourself, be honest, and be consistent, really, is the best thing you can do. I think consistency plays a big role in growing a channel. And I kind of went years ago. I said I'm going to post a video every week, and I stuck to that. There was a couple years where I literally only missed maybe a handful of Sundays. I would post every Sunday was my schedule. And it wasn't until the very end of 2023 that I quit my day job. So it's still very new to me, the whole like full-time content creator thing, but it's awesome. But yeah, I'd say you said smart home YouTube channel. So you've already picked your niche or whatever. So just do the stuff you love, assuming you love smart home. Just try to make videos that you would want to watch. That's kind of what I've always done. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Oh, we got a new member, Al Silva. Thank you so much for joining and becoming a channel member. I appreciate the support. I really need to get that confetti button working again over here. Let's see. Oh, wait, let's see, what do I have? Got some sound effects I can use. I switched software for those that don't know. I switched streaming software a couple weeks ago, so we're still kind of, getting the hang of everything. We got some applause. Man, it's not the same. I need my confetti back. NSIoT says, Thread, Matter, Zigbee, what will be the best protocol for a new house? Well, I don't really look at Matter as a protocol. I look at Matter more of like the standard. It's like the application layer. So Zigbee and Thread are both protocols and wireless protocols, and both very similar actually in a lot of ways. I think either is okay. honestly though, I really do love Zigbee. I really do love Zigbee accessories. If I was going to put, just for example, door sensors all throughout the house, I'd probably rather just have Zigbee sensors and connect them to a Zigbee hub. The Aqara Zigbee sensors are great. Somebody left a comment asking, would I get with the, I guess, the new M3 hub, would I get the traditional? I thought I had some over here, but I don't. Would I get the older Zigbee door sensors or the newer P2 thread door sensor from Aqara? And I think if I was buying some new ones, I'd just go with the Zigbee ones. They're smaller. I think they're cheaper. They're super reliable. The batteries last forever. I mean, so I'm a fan of hub devices and that. So, but that said, there's really nothing wrong with Thread. Thread is also a very good protocol as well. And you may have some more flexibility there in terms of being able to pair your Thread sensors to different hubs and whatnot, if they support Matter. So it kind of just depends. But yeah, nothing wrong with Zigbee or Thread, in my opinion. I don't know. You guys tell me if you agree. Okay. Pamakits has a question, says, can you migrate one device at a time to the M3? Because with many devices in HomeKit, you have to rebuild all your automations and scenes that use those devices. You cannot migrate one device at a time. It's kind of like you migrate the settings and all the child accessories from one hub to the new hub, and that's it. You can't like pick and choose what you want to migrate over. If you just want to do one device at a time, you're probably best just removing the device manually and then adding it to the new hub. So yeah, it's kind of like an all or nothing thing right now. Yeah, good point there by Frederick. First thing you need to do is get an advanced and rock solid Wi-Fi internet service. Yeah, get good Wi-Fi. Even if you get, even if you're a beginner, get a good router, and make sure your internet service is good. The best that you can afford will definitely help make things smoother in the long run. Jeff, there we go. Jeff agrees with me. Good to know. Jeff says Zigbee all day long. It works. Yep. I'm in the camp of if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And I've been a big fan of those Aqara Zigbee sensors for years now. I've got some of them that are still running. I've never changed the battery on them, and they're still running years later. Little sensors and stuff. I've got a couple of them that I've like weatherproofed. I'm using outdoors. The range is great. So, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Garrett's, what's going on, Garrett's? Yeah, we talked about the new Matter release a little bit. Some new device categories and stuff like that we got with Matter, dryers and all that. Dryers and microwaves. Silas says, question, when will we see more thread-enabled devices? I don't know. I think we have been seeing more. It's been kind of slow, I guess, but they're out there. I don't know. It does seem to be primarily a few companies who have really gone in deep with thread, and I don't know if it's just more expensive. I assume it's a little bit more expensive to switch to thread, so that's probably why you're not seeing a super wide adoption. And in terms of Matter, you're seeing a lot of companies support Matter over Wi-Fi instead of Matter over Thread. I would love to see more Matter over Thread, but I don't know. I think we will see more. It'll probably just be a slow thing. Hopefully that could be part of the issue too. You're seeing, like we talked, I think last week, where Nanoleaf, it seems like Nanoleaf may actually be backing off of Thread a little bit and their new last couple of products support Wi-Fi, actually Matter over Wi-Fi instead of Thread for the first time, which is a little interesting. So I wonder if some of the issues and things like that are preventing some companies from wanting to go in with Matter, with Thread. That could be a part of it as well. So I don't know. We'll see. I think it will continue to see more, but it's not going to be a super fast rollout. It's going to be slow, probably. And then Michael says, "What's your take on Matter? Game changer or still a mess?" And yeah, is the answer. That's the best way I can put it, is yes. It is a game changer, and it's still a bit of a mess. Again, it's very hit or miss for me. I think a lot of it does still come down to the product manufacturers. Some companies make great products. Some companies make crap products. That's always been the case before Matter, and that's probably always going to be the case. So with that said, Matter still does have some maturing to do. I think the idea is a game changer. I really love to see the multi-admin support. That's one of my favorite things about it. I can add, especially as somebody who's testing a lot of smart home products and stuff like that, being able to add a Matter device to HomeKit, and then also add it in Google Home if I wanted to, or add it to Homey Pro. That's something I've been using a lot lately, Homey Pro, and do all that is really cool. I love that. So, it's a game changer, but we're running into these issues like we saw with the new Aqara M3 hub that really make things confusing for your everyday consumer. So this being advertised as a Matter hub is not good, because I can't pair my, I'm trying to look for an example around me. I can't pair my Matter accessories to this for the most part. I mean, there's like 3 different things you can pair to this that outside of the Aqara ecosystem, which is crap. They should not advertise it as a Matter all-in-one hub that supports third-party Matter accessories if you can't add most Matter accessories to this. So that was the beef I had with this. So in terms of that, it's still a mess when you have companies that are doing something. And I love Aqara. Don't get me wrong, I love Aqara. I just don't like the way they marketed this. This is a great Aqara hub for Aqara child accessories. It's not a great hub for Matter accessories. So, it's still going to be very confusing for your average consumer, I think, for a long time when we're seeing stuff like that. So I hope that makes sense. I kind of ranted a little bit there. Sorry about that. Justin Time 631. I use to make my videos. I edit my videos in Adobe Premiere Pro. Believe it or not. Adobe Premiere Pro, and been using it for years, so it's just what I'm good at, I guess. What do you think of Homey Moods? I actually haven't played around with this yet, so I saw the marketing, the advertisements and stuff like that, but I haven't played around with these. Have you messed with this? So Homey released this new feature called Moods. And like I said, I haven't used it yet, but always excited to try out some new stuff. So we'll have to try that out. Oh man, did we freeze again? Sorry, maybe I might have froze during my rant. I might have spared y'all. The M3 rollout by Aqara has me more concerned about Matter than Aqara. Al says, yeah. Well, it's just the marketing, but they were allowed to do it. So yeah. So Bram says, what do you think of Homey Pro with the HomeKit integration if you only could use the Homey app? Without the HomeKit. And the Homey app is great. I really like it. I mean, it's one of the best apps that I've used. It's very similar to the Home app in a lot of ways. Yeah, if I could only use the Homey app, I think I would probably survive. I don't have cameras and stuff in there, so I'm not sure about that. But aside from that, yeah, I don't mind the Homey app at all. I've actually found myself using it a fair amount lately. Let's see if we have some more questions in here stored. Got to that question. What protocol does Bivent use with their Sky panel? My contract is up and I have sensors everywhere already. I have no idea, Jay, to be honest with you. I don't know if anybody else is using these. I would guess that they probably use, I want to say Zig. I don't know. It might be Z-Wave, but I really don't know. I would have to search that to see. I'm not sure. I think I've seen people who have been able to get Vivint stuff into Homebridge, but it's been a long time since I looked into any of that Vivint stuff. So, all right. Well, guys, it has been fun as always. Thank you so much for hanging out and talking about smart home, listening to me rant a little bit about Matter. I hope you guys enjoyed it and learned something. If you're a new member or an existing member, join us over in the Discord server if you haven't already. Lots of, like I said, great conversations, great people over there. Come ask questions and everything. I am as responsive as I can, pretty responsive over there for sure. And if not there, join me over on Instagram. I post on Instagram just about daily, and you can see kind of behind the scenes stuff as well. I'm Shane Creates pretty much everywhere, so would love to connect with you on those other platforms. And in the meantime, I will see you guys in the next live stream right here every Wednesday. We also have a new video, should be coming out this Sunday, so stay tuned for that right here on YouTube. And yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And I'll see you in the next one. God bless.